Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Take 5, episode 43. In this episode, you will learn more about the new pink company RPCs, air hose safety, how does our driving team, transportation drivers deal with winter weather. You're also going to learn a little bit more about hand washing and soap molecules. If you don't know what that means, stay tuned. And also you will get to follow along on the journey of cilantro that is just newly planted. And for the next couple of weeks, you will see the progression. So stay tuned. Thank you so much. Stay safe.
Hello everybody, it's Mike Campagna here with the supply chain department. An exciting day for WP Rawl and Sons. You may recall in episode 41 of Take 5, Brenda was discussing the pink RPCs that were going to be company-owned RPCs that we bought and paid for. And we are in the process of unloading one trailer of them right now. You can see some of them stacks up here behind me. See Leslie Anderson there, our employee in the background, taking them off the shipping container. These came from overseas. They came from Israel when we purchased them, and they shipped on 4 containers, so halfway around the world. They're here now. These are owned by WP Rawl and Sons, so just a quick reminder to everybody, please treat them carefully. We do not want these going to customers because we won't get them back. These are going to be used primarily to harvest no-stem product, and then we will put them through the crate washing cycle and get lots and lots of years of use out of these to come. So thank you everybody who helped bring this project together, and talk to your teams about this new thing we got going on here. It's going to be exciting. Can't be throwing these in the garbage. We can get them repaired if we need to. So take care of this product, and thank you everybody.
Hi there, I'm Ron Meyers, maintenance manager here at WP Rawl, working with the safety department on hose safety. At this point in time, we are implementing what I feel from my professional background is best practice in the industry. Our current practice was to use a hose clamp to secure our high pressure hoses, whether it be air, water, and this is what they look like. This hose clamp is a good design for low pressure systems, but when it comes to high pressure systems, it does not have the holding capacity that we need. As of today, we are installing these type of hose clamps, which is called a Bandit Clamp. This is what most industries are using and is best practice as of today in the industry. If you look, you will note a considerable difference between the two clamps on the way they clamp. If you look, the Bandit Clamp seats down real good, no stress, no fatigue on it. If you look at our previous practices on using a hose clamp, you will see the closed clamp, to get the same compression, is already stressed and on its way to failure. This should line up perfectly with the rest of the hose clamp, which it does not. And that's where we are having premature failures and injuries from our high pressure hoses. If you look, there's a considerable difference between the different types. The Bandit clamps are a more secure compression. Depending on which size hose we're using will dictate which size clamp we use. In the industry, we have found out that Bandit clamps are the best way to secure a high pressure hose. Hose clamps are only used for low pressure. So hopefully this will solve our issues with injuries and hose safety here at WP Rawl. Thank you.
Hey, Jim Kennedy here, Transportation Manager at WP Rawl. Here to talk to you a little bit about winter weather and how we deal with it in our transportation department and our drivers. We have had a pretty challenging week here over the last week in transportation. We've had winter weather in a little more unexpected places, like in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and areas like that where you don't expect it as much. And we have had our usual kind of winter weather in the Northeast. They have been hit pretty hard up there, and I'm going to explain to you a little bit about how we deal with that winter weather and how we forecast and help the drivers along on their routes while this winter weather is going on. I'm going to show you a couple things that we do to make that happen. So take a look. So what we have here is a 511 website, which is a website that has all of the traffic and weather updates from a specific state. So this is Pennsylvania's, and what it is showing is that right now it has speed restrictions, which are in this brownish red color, and it has it on all these highways. And what that means is if you go and click on one of the roads and highways, you kind of hover over it and you click on it, it says the speed limit has been reduced to 45 miles an hour with commercial vehicles, right lane only. So what we would have to do then is call the driver or drivers that are in that state and on those highways and say, you got to keep it down to 45 miles an hour or less, and you have to keep it in the right lane at all times. All, as far as I know, if not most of the states in the Northeast have this website. They're all 511 websites. I know there's 511 PA, 511 NJ, 511 VA, 511 MD, and so on and so forth. So if you're traveling in the Northeast or happen to be, and you ever want to find out road conditions, even when it's not winter, you know, you can avoid accidents or road closures by just putting in 511 and the state you're going to's 2-digit code, you know, Virginia, VA, and so on. And earlier today, when the weather was worse up there were more of these restrictions, like this green one down here was up, and some blue, which to us just meant kind of the same thing, that they were empty trailer bans, which means once we, say, got unloaded at a DC, our driver would have had to find safe domicile somewhere. They would not have been allowed to travel on those highways. So that means, you know, a lot to us. They would have taken longer to get back and so on. So that's what we use in transportation to update our drivers and keep them safe on the roads and out of harm's way. Thank you for listening today, and have a great day.
Hey everybody, this is Samantha at the front desk, and today I'm going to talk to you about soap molecules. So remember, when you're washing your hands, you're actually using the mechanical process for at least 20 seconds or longer. While doing so, the soap molecules are actually dipoles, which means that one is a negative charge and then you have a positive charge, so they repel one another. And that is because the sticky part is actually hydrophobic, which means that it is afraid of water. And the other side, which is the slippery side, is hydrophilic, which means they love water. So when you're washing your hands, going in between your fingers, doing your nails and your wrists, this is a mechanical process which activates these dipole molecules and keeps your hands clean.
Hey, this is Josh in our field operations department. Over the next couple of months, I'd like to show you all the progression of a cilantro planting. So we'll go from literally from seed all the way through to harvest, and let y'all see the process, how it works, how quickly it grows, and you'll really just get an insight as to you know, how it's doing here in the field. So with that, we'll go ahead and turn around and look at the field. This is the field we're going to be following over the next couple months. This happens to be field J3. We have about 230 different fields in South Carolina, and then they're all broken up by planting. So we have literally hundreds of these plantings, but this happens to be J3.2. It was planted on January 29th. As you can see, we have rye strips. These are these grass strips that you see. Those are for wind protection. So when these cilantro seeds do germinate and actually come through the ground, these rye strips will give protection against the wind, basically just like a natural border, or a border we put in place to help protect those small plants. You can see that the cilantro has actually not germinated yet. Excuse me, it's not actually come through the ground yet. It has germinated. As you can see right here, those are a couple of the seeds and then some roots that have actually broken through as the seed has germinated. I would expect, especially with some good weather, sunny days, in just a couple days, we can come back and we'll actually have cilantro that you can visibly see coming through the soil. So hopefully y'all will enjoy this as we follow this cilantro planting. Thank you.